Okay, so here's party.
Okay.
This is going to be Jordan Ellenberg, and you got to listen really carefully on this.
All right, Jordan, you've got a question for him.
Okay, so here's a question, and Steve denies this is a math question actually, so we're going to discuss also whether it's a math question or not. So here's a funny word. The word is oroboric. It comes from the Ouroboros, the snake that eats its own tail.
Okay, so what was the word?
Ouroboros.
Oroboric, and it comes from...
Ouroboros, the snake that eats its own tail.
Have you ever heard of that before?
No.
No? Okay. But there's the word, oroboric.
So it'll become clear in a moment. What oroboric means is it refers to a word that describes itself. So for instance, here's one, polysyllabic. That word actually is polysyllabic, so it's an oroboric word.
Now, have you ever heard of the word polysyllabic? Do you know what that means?
No.
Do you know what syllables are?
Well, I think that's like the syllables in, there's a number of syllables in each word.
Yeah.
And then doesn't poly mean multiple?
Yeah.
So
Polysyllabic then means what?
multiple syllables.
And what about the word polysyllabic?
It has multiple syllables in it.
So that means what?
It's oroboric.
It describes itself. Pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what else he has to say.
Okay.
But a word that's non-oroboric would be, let's say, unpronounceable. Because, look, I just pronounced it, right? So evidently it is not self-descriptive.
So unpronounceable. Is that oroboric?
No, because you just pronounced it.
Very good.
But pronounceable would be.
What?
Because you just pronounced it.
Aha! Okay, so unpronounceable is not oroboric.
And pronounceable is.
Okay, that's pretty interesting. You ready for his question?
Okay?
It's not unpronounceable, even though that's the word. Okay, so here's ready for the question now. The question is, the word non-oroboric, is it oroboric or not?
Okay, so we have the word non-oroboric, and if you want to write, instead of writing oroboric and non-oroboric, you can write O and NO if you want, just to save time.
So it's non-oroboric.
Is it oroboric
Or oroboric or
not oroboric?
or not oroboric.
So does the word non-oroboric, what would it mean if it was well, actually, never mind. Go ahead, you think about it.
Well, if it was, let's assume it was oroboric. Then what would it mean? That would mean it would be oroboric and it would describe itself. But it's non-oroboric. So, but that would mean it wouldn't describe itself because it's non-oroboric. But then that would mean it has to be non-oroboric, but then we have to test it, so that means it doesn't describe itself, but that word itself describes it. Non-oroboric describes itself, because if we assume it's non-oroboric, then it describes itself, so it must be oroboric, but we proved it wasn't. So it has to be somewhere between the two. If it can't be both, then it must be a weird combination of oroboric and non-oroboric.
I wonder what that word is.
Oro-non-boric.
Oro-non-boric? Huh. I guess we would have to abbreviate that. Oh no.
So, interesting.
What do you think?
If you say it's oroboric, it's not, and if you say it's not, it is. So you have two different words, and I guess the same would be true for oroboric, maybe.
Oh, hey, that's actually an interesting question. Let's. You want to try oroboric?
Okay.
Does oroboric describe itself?
Oroboric. Well, if we assume it's oroboric, and it is, and if we assume it's oroboric, then it is, and if we assume it's non-oroboric, then it isn't. So it must maybe it's Or I think it's oroboric or non-oroboric. It could be both.
Interesting. Pretty interesting little paradox with non-oroboric, isn't it? Did you like that question?
Yeah.
All right, cool. You ready for the last one?
Okay.